Orin in Oregon says they've been talking to God all their life. So welcome, Orin. How you doing?
Well, thank you. Well,
Hello.
real good. And I thought maybe I could add something to your conversation because most of the people have never talked with God or visited God or been to God, and so I have. So I can absolutely say 100% God does exist.
Cool. And my default questions are, which I'm going to let you say whatever you need to say, but I don't know how you know you've spoken to God, but I also don't know how anybody could. So if you can help with that, that would be really useful.
Okay, I will. Here's my first experience with God. I was going to declare myself an agnostic, but I thought, well, first I'll pray to see if there's a God. And I thought I would never receive an answer. So I thought I would pray for 1 year. So after a few months of prayer, one morning in my bedroom, a cloud comes through the wall, a clear cloud like water, and stops at the foot of my bed. And I look at myself, make sure I'm awake, and I feel its mind touching my mind, and we're communicating. And I say, "Who are you?" And he says, "I am the Holy Ghost. And I was sent into the world about 2,000 years ago by Jesus Christ." Now, in 3 seconds, I realized that I have always known this God. In 3 seconds, he touched me
hold
in a
on.
place that I...
A cloud. I'm trying to follow you. I'm sorry. I think you've lost me already. A cloud came into your room and you asked.
A cloud.
Right. So hold on. Let me
hang
clarify.
on. Okay. Hang on. Everybody stop for 1 second. Orin, Jenna's asking a question.
Yes?
Just hang tight. There's going to be please stop talking. There's going to be a delay in the audio. Let Jenna ask the question. Then we'll take a breath and then you can answer.
Thank you.
Okay.
So you're saying that a cloud entered your room and the first thing that you asked it, like you decided not only that you were going to speak to it, but you were going to ask it to personify itself. You're going to ask, "Who are you?"
Correct.
And then it gave you an answer that confirmed things that you already believed.
No, because I was to declare myself an agnostic, and I really didn't believe. I didn't think there was a God.
But you said that you confirmed things that you realized that you already knew, correct?
No, I realized that I had always known him. Not what I already knew, but that I had always known this God, that he was someone I knew intimately. In 3 seconds after... Huh?
No. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You said 3 seconds after. Go ahead.
3 seconds, I realized I'd always known him, that he was the closest being to me in my life.
Can you
3
talk?
seconds, and I knew it.
So Orin, can you talk to this God now?
I have talked to this God on and off through my life. I'm 71 now. I was 18 when this first happened. I've talked to God probably 10, 12 times in my life. He saved my life.
Orin,
yes?
Can you talk to this God right now?
No, not unless he comes and talks to me, which he doesn't talk to me all the time.
So next time, how long has it been since God talked to you?
Quite a bit now. I think it's like something like 10 years.
If I told you this story, would you believe me?
It doesn't matter because of belief. It matters of truth.
Orin?
The truth.
Orin?
Yes. Yes.
If I were to tell you this story that you just told me, would you believe it just because I said so?
Maybe I would, because I'm open to it myself, having experienced it.
I would argue that that's incredibly gullible for anyone to believe a story like that, just based on somebody telling them. But
maybe if you had experienced it yourself,
well,
you might
Orin,
be so
Orin, that hasn't happened yet. So please ask your God why he's a prick who decides to show himself to you. No, Orin, let me finish. Orin, let me finish.
Yes.
The next time God shows up, ask him why he's a prick who will show himself to you, but not to me. And then ask him what number I'm thinking of and call me back.
I think that is a very, very, not a very good thing to have said.
Why?
I think it's putting God down before you know him.
Well,
Would you like to hear
fuck
what
him.
God had to say?
Fuck him. I can put him
Would you like to
down.
hear
I
what-
don't think he exists.
Well,
You know,
he does.
well, you can't
Because you
prove
said
that,
so?
Tell you
Orin.
why I know.
So,
Yes?
so because you know, we're just supposed to know by default.
Well, would you listen to what I have to say and then maybe think about it?
I listened
Well,
to what you had
God
to
had
say,
to say-
Orin, and it's patently ridiculous.
We find it quite
Maybe
unbelievable
God is
already.
Maybe God is ridiculous and unbelievable to you, but he's
Yeah.
still true.
Well,
Maybe
but you can't prove that.
That St. Paul had a vision of God, talked with God, that there are other people who have talked with God.
People
There are
have said
saints who
that,
have
yes.
talked with God.
There are
ladies
lots of
that said
people,
it.
Orin. There are lots of people, Orin, who've claimed to talk to lots of different gods.
Well, if you would listen, you would hear somebody who did. If you give me a chance to speak, I would tell
Okay.
you of what God had to say.
Okay, Orin, you have
What
1
God
minute
had
to
to say.
tell me. Orin, you have
sounds-
1 minute to tell me what God had to say.
Orin,
I
can
said
you
God
take a
should-
deep
Yeah,
breath,
have
please?
my
Because it
minute.
sounds like you're getting quite emotional.
Okay, I'm not walking outside. But okay, here's what God had to
Thank
say.
you.
I said, God, why is there suffering? That is the question I always wanted to ask him. Why is there suffering? And here's what he had to say. He said that life was the greatest gift that he could give to us, but it was a terrible gift. He said he knew he had to go through this, and he knew it was really terrible. But since we have to go through it, he, God, would go through it too. So he became a man, Jesus Christ, to share it with us. He said that this life was a gift for us, a terrible gift, but we had to go through it, and so he went through it too. But he said, it doesn't last so very long, and then you're with me. He also said that if you were the only one who was lost, I would have died for you alone. And now he then he made love to me. God made love to me, entering into my body, into my blood, into my heart, into my guts, into my mind, and loving me until I almost didn't know whether I still existed. Then he lifted my soul from my body, took me up through the roof of the house, into the cosmos, past the planets, increasing in speed till we were just astronomical speeds, out of the solar system, out of the galaxy, tremendous speed. Fast, many times faster than the speed of light, until finally, ahead of me there was a cloud, and that cloud, large cloud, was God. As soon as I touched the cloud, Jesus, who I'd been talking to, released me. I tumbled into the cloud, head over heel, spread my arms wide, my spirit arms. I had a spirit body like a photographic negative. I spread my arms wide, and I tumbled, and I said, I'm home, I'm home, I'm home. I was with God, and I was home. And it was the most wonderful experience ever.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that, Orin. I appreciate it. Let us know when you get some evidence.
That was a lot of woo.
Yeah, I'm not going to beat up on somebody who thinks that that's evidence or thinks that that's a story that should convince anybody or whatever else. I mean, if in fact that experience had happened, cool. It's interesting that it doesn't seem to happen to anybody who can ever provide any evidence or make a cogent argument. When Orin says, when he asked God, why is there suffering? And God says, well, it's a great gift, but it's a terrible gift, but you had to go through it. Why? Why did I have to go through it? Why did I have to exist at all? See,
Yeah.
God didn't provide Orin any answer that was beyond Orin's understanding, which is why I suspect that Orin was probably answering his own question. It reminds me a little bit of when you take a look at the ancient Israelites and their thoughts about morality and cosmology and problems of suffering and other things like that. The answers that exist aren't any more knowledgeable or understanding about the universe than the people who were writing them at the time. There's no insight in the Old Testament that tells us about advanced concepts in cosmology. There's no insight in the Old Testament or the New Testament that gives us insights into morality or how we should act. The answers there are no better than the individuals in that community who were asking the questions. It is the best wisdom of that time, and that's understandable.